We were in a parking lot in Nebraska. The truck batteries were dying, and I had to get up like every 3 hours and come out and start the truck in order to keep the batteries charged. You don't realize how long it takes to change a tire until you're on the side of the interstate and semis and big trucks and trailers are going by, rocking your whole RV, and you're out there with just a breaker bar. I also have been doing a lot of research on air pressure in your tires, and I learned that historically I've been running my tire pressures too high. Well, we leave for Minnesota in 2 days and we have a ton of things to do. We've been super busy. Today I ran over to our storage unit and got our second unit cleaned out and grabbed some of the items that we're going to need to take with us, as you can see in the back here on the road. Then I ran to our local farmer. Laurie and I, as you know, are trying to eat carnivore-ish, and we need to stock up. Once we leave for Minnesota, our local farmer doesn't ship products, and we picked up 40 pounds of beef and then 6 dozen eggs right here. Sorry about the mess, but I grabbed those things from our storage unit. Then I ran over to our naturopath and picked up some supplies that's going to get us through a few months. We like to support local with our naturopath as well as with our local farmer. And the last thing I did was I stopped at Chipotle and picked up some chips and queso. Now that's why Laurie and I like to say we're carnivore-ish, because we do deviate slightly for some things. Chips and queso aren't the worst thing in the world you can eat. They're not the greatest either, but neither of us fed lunch today. It's been a busy day. So I grabbed us some chips and queso and I'm heading home now. So we have a lot more to do over the next day and a half before we leave. We'll try to document that as we go. We want to thank eTrailer for sponsoring this video. Well, I finished my seasonal job and we are hitting the road early tomorrow morning. Laurie has to work today, this afternoon until midnight tonight, and then she works again tomorrow from 3 to midnight. So we're leaving early in the morning and I need to go through all of our safety stuff and have it road ready so that we can hit the road bright and early. Well, the first thing I need to do is just pull everything out of the back of the truck. We got a lot of stuff from storage yesterday that we're going to be taking on the road with us. So I need to pull all of this out and set it out so that I can go through everything and have all of my road stuff ready to go.
So is this like your automotive office?
This is where I keep a lot of the truck stuff, diesel fuel treatment, oil treatment for the truck, some de-icer, windshield washer fluid, more fuel treatment. I keep a little box of tools down here. This stuff usually I use just for the truck.
Got to be prepared when you drive a 2006 6.0.
That's right. All right, so this is where I keep a lot of our emergency equipment when we're on the road for quick access. I have spare gloves, some rain ponchos in case it's wet and rainy out. I keep a blanket here in case I have to lay a blanket down if I'm crawling around on the ground. My high visibility vest. We've been on the side of the interstate before, and it's always good to have something like this. So I also keep a headlamp in here, always good in case it's dark outside. And then I also keep our jump pack in here. Now I got this through eTrailer. Wish I would have had this a couple years ago. We were in a parking lot in Nebraska. The truck batteries were dying. We had planned to get new batteries in the morning, and I had to get up like every 3 hours and come out and start the truck in order to keep the batteries charged. So was setting alarms and getting up literally every 3 hours. Had we had this jump pack back then, I would not have had to do that. This is a huge peace of mind to have this with us. We can also help other people out too on the road if we come across somebody who needs a jump. So I keep that back here. This is also where I keep torque wrenches, extensions, bottle jacks. I have 2 bottle jacks, and then I keep a 3rd bottle jack that we got through eTrailer. and I'll show you that bottle jack because it's really nice. So this is where I keep our sockets for the RV and our socket for the truck, and I'll go over some of that in more detail because I have a new impact wrench as well that I'm really excited about. So I just like to make sure all of our safety stuff is still here. Nothing got moved, nothing got used and not put away. So that's one thing I like to do, is just check this. The other thing we like to keep in the truck is this fire spray. We also have some in the RV as well, but we always keep one right here behind the driver's seat in case of emergencies. The Viair is one of my favorite things to have as a full-time RVer. You've seen us talk about this a lot in other videos, but it's truly an amazing tool to be on the road, to be able to check your air pressures and fill your tires. And as far as feeling safe on the road, this has made me feel so much safer having this. You can pick these up at eTrailer as well. My newest addition to my road kit is this Power Mountain bottle jack, and I am really impressed with this. Just got this from eTrailer, and it's a bottle jack that has all these extensions, and it has a really big base plate. It's called the Tall Boy, and it's a 6-ton jack, so it has the capabilities of lifting our truck and our RV. And it comes with, like I said, all of these extensions that are neatly packed in these foam packs. So using our other standard jacks, bottle jacks, they're nice and it's good to have more than one. But this one I'm really excited about because of all these different extensions that you can stack up for different scenarios. You never know where you're going to break down. You never know what type of situation you're going to be in. And this just makes things so much easier. So both of these packages have all of these different size extensions. So I could use a smaller one, I could use the taller one. This one actually goes with this because you can set the height and use this pin to adjust the height that you need. This collar is for safety, and this collar would go right under here. You unscrew this and drop the collar in there. That way it gives your extensions more support. So I'm really excited to have this as part of our safety kit. So we are going to have links below in the description for all of these items that I'm mentioning. One of my latest additions that I'm really excited about is this DeWalt impact wrench. It's a 1/2-inch drive, and I've been doing a lot of research, a lot of studying on what impact wrench I wanted to get. At my ag job, my seasonal job, we have a whole tool bench full of DeWalt impact wrenches and cordless drills, and I love them. They work really well. Some of the guys I work with, they own these as their personal tools, and they had nothing but good things to say about them. So we had the opportunity to pick up a DeWalt impact, and I'm really excited to add that to our toolkit on the road. One more level of safety. You don't realize how long it takes to change a tire until you're on the side of the interstate and semis and big trucks and trailers are going by, rocking your whole RV, and you're out there with just a breaker bar. So it's just going to really help me out. We prioritize safety, and even before we owned our very first RV, one of the very first purchases, I think it was the first purchase we made, was a TPMS, a tire pressure monitoring system, because we see the importance of keeping an eye on your tires, the temperature of your tires, the pressure of your tires, and this has paid off so many times. We've been on the side of the road repairing a tire instead of fixing damage to our RV, and that is one thing I always make sure I have ready to go for our travel days.
We're going to try to do better this year with recording what it's like at the farm. This is our 5th year there. And last year we actually started recording daily videos, daily updates, so we could show what the whole season looked like. And then it just fell off the tracks pretty quickly. And I think that's because you always get so busy. And I, in turn, get really busy just trying to keep meals going and all the stuff. And then also with working. It's already a part to full-time job to keep everything going with everything he needs for the season. So we're going to just try to do better so we can give you an accurate picture of what that looks like this season.
Well, it's been a long day. We are almost done. All I have to do now is air up all the tires. So this is our second trip with these new tires. We got the BF Goodrich KO3s. They are all-terrain tires, and I am really enjoying these tires. They ride really nice, and really excited to see if I can get 50,000 miles out of them. I also have been doing a lot of research on air pressure in your tires, and there's a lot of really good information out there. And I learned that historically I've been running my tire pressures too high. I now have the math equations that I need with the weight of the truck and the weight of the RV to know exactly what air pressures I need to put in every tire on the truck as well as on the RV. So looks good. Coolant looks good. Power steering is good. All right.
It's the hardest part for me. It happens every single time.
Well, I got a text this morning. They were switching me back to Beats. It's just go time.